Hi and welcome to today's episode. I am your host, Faith Elizabeth Nanyonga. Today I'll be talking about taking charge of your career. Companies these days are becoming very nimble with no career ladder as traditionally known. For instance, let me give you two examples. I'm going to be using two people in this example with the names of Joseph and Anna. Joseph, right after university, he gets his dream job. His job is so good that he has a career progression and he's been at the company for 15 years. During this time, he's had 4 promotions and he's looking forward to becoming the next vice president of his company in the next few years. This is the traditional career progression. But for Anna, just before she finishes university, she gets herself an internship. And in this internship, she does so well that she's selected to be an employee. During her first year of work at this job, her company decides to merge her group with another group. And in doing so, she takes on new tasks, learns more new skills that she adds on to her skill set. After 1 year at this job, she decides to leave the company and she goes on to the next company in a relatively higher position. What would you term this? You term this to be like a career gym jungle. A career gym jungle implies you move from one level to another, gaining new skills. Sometimes the movement is horizontally, that you move from one post to another at the same level. Sometimes it's vertically, that you leave one job and you go to another job in a higher position. Sometimes it might be diagonally, that you're moving from a higher position going to a lower position. This is the modern type of job progression or career progression. These days, most of the career progression is not the traditional type that you expect to rise up the ladder without going down. These days, it's more of a career gym jungle, as I've explained. As you can conclude, the differences between Joseph's career progression and Anna's career progression are very many. Also, what you need to understand is most companies nowadays are very hesitant to support this traditional kind of career progression because they cannot guarantee career progression or even a title at the end of the day, given the changing and unpredictable situations that the world is in. While for Anna, she has swung from one position to another, sometimes diagonally, sometimes horizontally or vertically, and she's progressed her career over the last 15 years. This is how you need to take charge of your career, and this is how the modern career progression works. I'm going to share with you my simplest ways in which you can look at your own career progression. And hopefully, I give you an idea on how you could structure your own career plan. The first thing that you need to ask yourself is, what does my current career state suggest? What is my current career position? Where do I see myself in the next 5 years? So it's time for you to examine your current career position. Think about it. When was the last time you sat down and examined your current career position? What impacts of change have you endured the last 5 years of your career? So the first thing you need to do is to do an inventory of what you like and don't like in your current career position. What does career success look to you in the next 5 years or the next 5 months? For most of us, this is a very difficult question to answer. This is because of the unpredictable situations that we face in our day-to-day life while at work. Honestly, this is a question that requires some self-exploration. One needs to be very honest with themselves while answering this question, and starts by taking a closer look of where you are today. So let's start by examining your current career situation. When was the last time you paused and really thought about the changes that you've endured the last 5 years? How have these changes impacted your current day life? As research suggests, many people are disengaged with their work. They don't really value their work. They just go to work just to get the money or the paycheck at the end of the day, while others do not get the fulfillment that they want at the end of the day. So when they go to work, they're only there to get the paycheck and cater to their bills. Others at work because they feel it's the right thing to do, but they don't really enjoy their workplaces. This is attributed to many reasons, such as some are disengaged because there are many people who are joining the workforce who are less skilled than them and taking up their jobs, or it's just the type of jobs they do. This means as the change in the world accelerates, our expectations at work are shifting. And likewise, our ability to define what success looks like is changing. The first step you can take in creating a career vision is to do an inventory of what you like and dislike about your current career situation. Some questions to help you in this assessment of your current situation could be: would I do this job or a similar job in the next 3 years? Is my work aligned to my personal values? Is my expertise relevant? Do I enjoy my work? Are my strengths being utilized at a day-to-day basis? Am I myself at work? Am I proud of the work I do? This is to check if your current job position fits your personal expectations. The next thing you could ask yourself is about the team you work with. You could ask yourself, do I enjoy spending time with many of my coworkers? Do the people I work with have common goals with me? Can I trust my team members that I work with? Does my manager demonstrate a genuine interest in my career success? Secondly, you could ask yourself questions about your values. One question could be, am I paid an equivalent to the value that I provide? Secondly, does my work meet my financial needs? Do I see my next career move or career opportunity coming along? The third aspect you could look at could be your strength. Strength are things that make you feel strong. Think of those times that you played to your strength and you were happy. When was the last time you worked and time passed without you noticing? When were you fully absorbed in your work that you didn't notice it was 9 p.m. for you to leave for home? Or when were you most energized in your career path? These are your strengths. These are the things that you're good at. So list down the things that you're good at. If you can't figure out your strength just like this, you could use one of the online assessments like the Myers-Briggs assessment. Or ask someone who is close to you. Ask them this question. What am I good at? What qualities do you admire in me? What do I do better most? Here is a guideline of some of the qualities that you might assess in yourself. For example, interacting with others. Are you good at directing others and coaching them? Are you good at collaborating and influencing others? Are you good at meeting deadlines or building teams? In terms of solving problems, what is your creativity like? Do you have a strong logic and critical thinking? In terms of emotional intelligence, do you keep cool in heated situations? How do you react to a room full of people? Do you read people easily? Are you good at listening to what is not being said? Most of us fail to assess our strength because we mostly cling to our negative side. Oh, I'm not good at this. Oh, I'm failing at this. Oh, I don't know this. But deep down, you have many strengths. I believe every one of us has strength and things that we are good at, things that come naturally to them, things that they do even without thinking. Those are things that make up your strength. Let me give you an example of a person. I'll call her Mary. Mary is a sales executive and she's contemplating a change in career because it involves frequent travel. She has a family. She doesn't enjoy the frequent travel because she has to leave her newborn and husband when she goes on these trips. She's also working with many clients and has very tough quarterly terms. So she comes and she says like, oh, I'm failing at my job because it involves lots of travel. I want to change my career. I'm working with a lot of clients and I have a lot of quarterly goals. If I'm to help her, I would ask her to first tell me what her strengths are. I would ask her what she's good at. By asking her to tell me what she's good at, I'll be able to help her solve this problem. So how would I do this? I would ask her, tell me about your job. What are you good at? What interests you most in your current position? She might say that, oh, I love building relationships. I'm of a competitive nature. I'm bored with repetitive tasks, but I enjoy that passion that comes with meeting deadlines. I love working at various tasks, and I love working with non-technical products. I'm so detail-oriented that some details that I don't need to know, I always want to dig deep and find out exactly what it means. She also might open up and say like, oh, I'm failing on my sales job because it involves a lot of technical stuff that I can't seem to grasp. She's selling biological equipment that are used in labs. And because of her detail-oriented nature, she's always trying to dig deep to understand each and every nitty-gritty of this equipment, which she's actually frustrated at because most of the time she cannot grasp the science behind each of the equipment. As you see, this is where her frustration is coming from, and this is where she thinks she needs a career change. So this is how I would help her in answering this. I would sit down and figure out the things that she's good at based on what she's already mentioned. That is, she's very good at building relationships. She's of a competitive nature. That means she always wants to get her work done. She loves working on various tasks. She loves working with non-technical products. And she's so much detail-oriented that she wants to understand every nitty-gritty that the job provides, which is a good thing in one way or another. From what you've already heard, could you help me figure out what her strengths are? What is she good at? Myself, I would say, you thrive most in your job when working with non-technical products, but you're challenged when it comes to technical products because your background does not support the expertise that you need when dealing with technical products. I would go on and say, how about you seek technical support from a colleague who is knowledgeable in this aspect when dealing with technical products? Or even you could concentrate more on offering services since you're good at building relations with your clients. In the end, she decides that she'll need support when it comes to selling products that need technical expertise. She identifies the person that she would contact when she needs this help, and she lets them know. The second thing she decides to do is, she decides to cling towards selling of services that the company provides. That way, she feels fulfilled at her current job position, and she's able to utilize her strength to the benefit of the company and even to her own benefit, as she loves working with people and interacting with them and building relations. That way, she feels fulfilled in her current position, and she sees that she could still continue following her career path in sales. The next aspect of your career vision plan is to ask yourself this question: what needs must my job meet? What do I need in my life at this current point? What do I need in my life 5 years from now? When answering this question, the aspects you might consider may include job security. How secure is your current job position? Is the pay stable enough for you to think that if you lost your job, you could have some money saved up for the near future? What benefits does your current job present? The next thing you could ask might be in terms of time. Are my working hours flexible? Do I have the freedom to change my work schedule when I want to? Or in terms of relationships, how is my work culture? Does my current work value teamwork as much as I value it? Is it easy for me to make friendships at work? How is the management? Is my desire to manage other people fulfilled? The next thing you think about might be mobility. Am I comfortable with constant travel to achieve my work objectives? Do I have any freedom when it comes to repetition of work? These are some of the aspects that you need to consider when choosing what career path you should take. As I've already mentioned, Some people are not comfortable with constant travel as they have to leave their families to go do the job, while other people are up for the adventure to go do the job. Other people might value managing other people more, but your current job position does not allow you to manage other people. Therefore, choosing a career path that aligns with your interests, your values, and utilizes your skill set is fundamental when it comes to finding fulfillment in your career path. As you take charge of your career, think of a career path that utilizes your skill sets, aligns with your values and interests. Because in order to get fulfillment in a career path, these three things are important: values, skill set, and interest. I hope you've learned something from this episode, and if you have, get in touch. Send me an email. The email address is theframesolutions@gmail.com, or leave a review in the Apple Podcast. Share this podcast with a friend, and also subscribe. I hope to talk to you in the next episode. Remember that taking charge of your career is 100% your responsibility. No one else is going to do it for you, not even your manager. If you need help, get in touch with your manager. Get in touch with a friend. Find yourself a mentor. Read about things that are in your field. Discover options and places that you could do more work in line with that path that you'd like to take. Find out those career paths that are trending in your field. Take the initiative to advance yourself, because it's a personal thing. It's 100% your responsibility to take charge of your career. I will speak to you in the next episode. Have a blessed day or evening, and go out there and take charge of your career.